Hi there, it's Trivana. Now, before I get into the actual video, I want to apologize for the quality of the audio and the lighting in this video. I actually recorded several videos before I realized there was a major clicking sound in the video, as well as my voice is really low. I also realized there's some lighting issues. Overall, I think the message is great, so if you can stomach the lighting and the audio, I think you'll enjoy it. Have a great day. Hi, sisters and friends. It's Trivana Parker here with 9+ Family Banking Chronicles and Concepts. And today I want to talk to you guys about changing the conversation. I don't think this is going to be a long video, but I think it's an important one. But before we get started, first of all, if you guys could please like, subscribe, and share the video and share the channel, that would be great. I really would appreciate that. Also, please remember that I am just a Christian mom on her journey of understanding, introducing, and implementing family banking concepts to my family. I am not an expert here, but I am sharing my journey with you as I go along. So, changing the conversation. To me, this is very important because it is kind of like the other video I talked about fluency. Fluency makes you fearless. Well, you can't get fearless if you don't actually get into the conversation. And unfortunately, a lot of us end up in a conversation of thinking of economics and money as outside of something that we should be talking about. And we say things like, they have all the money. And we can insert an ethnicity, we can insert a name, we can insert anything. They have all the money. And then we kind of cancel ourselves out. Or we can say things like, you have to be unscrupulous to have anything. If someone has something, you know that they're not living right. And I just don't see any scriptural references for that. There are actually a lot of people in the scriptures who were extremely wealthy, and they were righteous men. And so I think about changing the conversation. And it goes from a concept of not I can't, I never will, we never have, to how can I? How can we? What's actually possible while sticking to who I'm supposed to be? Now, what do I mean by that? By that, I mean, as Christians, sometimes we feel guilty when we think about preparing ourselves for finances. But it's really, it's kind of a weird balance because we'll go to school to get a degree so that we can get a better job. We will apply for a promotion so that we can have more money. We will seek out a house, and we need to make the funds to afford the house and afford the car and afford the school and afford the clothes. But when it talks about making money to better ourselves, and then all of a sudden we're kind of like, and I just think that's just a misunderstanding because we talk about chasing wealth, and we're not chasing wealth. At least I'm not talking about chasing wealth. I'm talking about avoiding the stresses of poverty, avoiding the generational stresses of paycheck to paycheck, watching daddy work really hard, and then he goes and he's not able to leave us anything, and so now we all have to work really hard, and then we go. There's something that some families know that other families don't. People are passing estates down, creating legacies, protecting their family, and I think that's the key right there. When we start thinking of it as chasing, and we start thinking of it as protecting, then we see things a little bit differently. And I want to read a quote. It comes out of this book, Basic Economics by Thomas Sowell. You can see that. And just really quickly, it just says, economics is not simply a topic on which to express opinions or vent emotions. And that's the first part of what I'm saying. Sometimes we talk about how they got wealthy or our feelings about what we can or cannot do. But that's not what it's about. Economics, it says, is a systematic study of what happens when you do specific things in specific ways. You have to do specific things in specific ways. And when you count yourself into the conversation, you open yourself up to figuring out what those things are. Because truth be told, 2 + 2 is 4, regardless of if I do the math or someone in a different ethnicity, different income bracket, different last name. They're all going to equal the same. 1 + 1 is still going to be 2, whether I'm righteous or whether I'm unrighteous. So it's about understanding the system, understanding processes, understanding, doing specific things in specific ways. And that starts with us opening our minds up to changing the conversation. When we change the conversation, we'll be able to see those things. We'll also be able to share those things with our children. There are some people who never talk about estate creation, estate planning, trusts, wills, life insurance, heirs. Some people don't even talk about checkbooks or savings accounts. People are not understanding the difference between a liability and an asset. Those are bits of conversation that need to be discussed, and not only discussed, but normalized. Some families normalize these kind of conversations. And so the one thing that I would suggest that we do is, first of all, be open to the conversation, and then commit to learning together. I, as a mom, I'm a homeschooling mom. For me, I always feel like I have to get information and research before I can share it. But I'm learning as my children, especially as they're getting older, they're not just like my little children, they're becoming my friends, and I want to share information with them and let them know that we're learning this together. You have some other ideas, you've researched something else, share it. Let's put it in the pool of our knowledge so that we can make this work as a family bank. So that's my little 2 cents for today, just changing the conversation. And changing the conversation starts with a change of mind. I like to use a sign language for that. It's like a change of mind. And I know I was watching a video, this is a little off topic, but they were doing a sign language about salvation, and kept talking about repentance, a change of mind. And we have to change our mind surrounding the conversation, because we're not just trying to get wealthy for our families, we're trying to protect our families. Just think about it. And I'll be quick after this, but just think about it. If something happened to you or your husband, and you guys are working, you're the breadwinner or breadwinners of the family, and something happens, and you don't have anything planned, and you don't have anything in the works, or even you have something and nobody knows about it, it's not a protection for your family at the most difficult time. And so, again, if we change our minds and we think about protecting our families as opposed to the traditional chasing wealth, it's about management. It's not about just making money, it's about managing it. And that's where the conversation needs to go. So that's where I am today. I hope you guys enjoy that again. If you could, please like, subscribe, and share the video, and also share the channel. Definitely will help more sisters and friends see the videos and help us along on our journey of understanding the concepts of family banking. If you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you have any topic ideas, please leave them in the comments. And I look forward to talking to you guys. You guys have a great day. Keep your money safe.